Coach Keith. Jhoran Laughlin. Mahir Hamar. Ronan Gibbets. Anderson Clover. Francisco Tully. Sean Tarana. Sorry, Pacho.
He's fine.
Sajin Laughlin.
Hey, Sajid.
Cindy Easter. Ethan Lynn. So varsity finished with 12 wins and 1 loss. For the playoffs, the record was, and your laser focus makes me laugh. But I have a plaque. Your husband helped me with this. So, in recognition of Simona Potler's 9 years of exceptional volunteer service with the boys tennis team, your commitment, yeah, look at that. Your commitment, passion, and selfishness have transformed the lives of countless players. Your tireless efforts to ensure we stay within budget, collective duties, purchase player gifts, plan memorable senior dinner for Banquet, capture special.
Everyone, I didn't know I had to write a speech till a couple hours ago, so bear with me here. So, I want to thank, first of all, Coach Brandon. For the 4 years I've been here, that wouldn't have been possible, especially since you didn't cut me freshman year. That was very, very crucial because I don't think I would have continued with tennis if you did. I've had a great 4 years and learned a lot, and always was grateful when you came up to me, gave me tips for serving or any forearm shots or anything during practice. I want to thank Coach Fralick, especially for his support during all my JV games. He was very helpful. Whenever I lost a point, he was there with his supportive thumbs up, always had a nice little piece of advice, and I kept playing. And most of all, I want to thank the entire team, not just for helping me grow as a person, but as an athlete, for helping me learn the fundamentals of teamwork. And I want to thank my parents who aren't here today for all the rides they've given me, especially during COVID, and for the continued support they gave me. Now that's all I had to say, so just to fill the time a bit, I'm gonna end on a joke here. So, a man walks into a bar, he orders 12 shots of whiskey, and the bartender pours all 12 of them out, and he turns around for a second. 6 of them are gone. The bartender goes to attend another customer. The next 6 gone when he came back. The bartender asks, "How did you do this?" And the man says, "If you're capable, if you had what I had, you could do the same." The bartender asks, "What do you have?" He says, "I have 73 cents in my pockets," and he ran out of there. Just like me. Thank you.
All right, I just wanted to say a quick couple brief words, and want to thank first the parents and siblings that have supported us all throughout the year, all 4 of my years, and helped us put the events together like this, but also every day we were playing, they were on the sidelines cheering us on. Next, I want to thank, of course, Coach Fralick and Coach Brandon. They really were a big support to our team, and we couldn't do it without them. And finally, thank you all boys for playing. I wouldn't do it with anyone else. Love you guys. And I want to just tell you guys that you have to desire it more than they do. And that's only if you desire it more than them, then you can do what is necessary to win. And it's not just you, it's a team sport. That's 50% a mental game, where everyone needs to be cheering for each other, screaming vamos, and making the game fun. Anderson and I had that very long Bethel game, and I can tell you, it was so much easier to win when we had your support on our side. And I'm excited to see what you guys do next year, so support each other and have fun. Thank you.
I'll keep it short and sweet, but first of all, just want to thank everyone for coming out. This is our largest turnout we've had in a while, 51 people. It's our best venue by far. And that's all thanks to our two boosters, Ms. Gibbons and Mrs. Plutko. They put together an amazing venue. Always sending emails, and they're working hard to make sure we all have the best experience possible. So it's been a great senior year for me. Next up, our coaches, Brandon and Fred. Fred, when I had my freshman year on JV, I remember a match against Peters, and I was really stressed out. I was playing a kid who was a little bit better than me, and I remember you called me over and said, just focus, be like water, baby. I was like, all right, I'll take it. Ended up winning that match 6-2 in the second set. Brandon, you already know how I feel about you. We talked the other day. I said you were the best coach in Blue Heels. Really mean that, man. I remember the first time I met you was Glen Creek, my freshman year. I walked in. I had a hoodie. It was indoors. I had a hoodie and sweatpants on. First thing you said to me was, "What the hell are you wearing?" Then, right there, I knew that you were a coach who really supported the players. And we were going back and forth, and when we ended the lesson, you said, "As long as you stay confident in your shot, and remember the small things that I tell you, you're gonna be a pretty darn good player." And I think it worked out. So I appreciate you, man. Really worked out. Had a great season, boys. Semis again. You know, semis last year, semis this year. Semis are my freshman year. We're right on the cusp every single year, but it's just getting over that hump that always seems to get us. But we're really talented. It speaks to the competitiveness of our team. We're a really, really deep team. We play hard, we work hard. It's always nice to see. We all joke around during the season, and then as soon as the playoffs starts, we all get serious. We all lock in, especially for those playoff matches. All the JV kids, thank you all for coming out and supporting us during the playoffs. Really meant a lot. You guys making noise during the matches, that we feed off that. We get motivated off that. Mahir and Ethan up top near the pickleball courts, always making noise for me and Fran. That motivated us. Even when Fran got the bug in his eye, we were still going. That's how it is. I really enjoyed my 4 years on this team, especially in the last 3 years. The pasta dinners were really fun, especially this year. We had a lot of, the wrestling at my house, and then we had the deep conversations at Ari's house in his basement, and then we had basketball at Andy's house. It was really fun. It's just really cool to see everyone come together and have fun, and that's the main goal here. JV guys and other guys coming up on varsity next year, if I could offer you one word of advice, I would say train hard over the summer. If you work hard, you put in the work, it'll show. Your flower will blossom during the season. And just put in the work, believe in yourself. Remember, as a team support your guys. Cheer for each other, be loud, play hard, and good things will happen. We're a very talented team. We've got great coaches here who really care about us. And really excited to see what's next year, guys. Thank you all so much. I'd like to welcome, last but certainly not least, Ronan Gibbons.
Alright, how's everyone doing tonight? Alright, I'll try to keep this a little short. I wrote a pretty long speech, but first off, I want to say thank you to the administration. They're not here right now, I believe, but without them, whole thing couldn't happen. You know, Mr. Wagner, Mr. Holzer, and Mrs. Valeriano.
You got it.
I mean, from setting up matches, setting up transportation, booking hotels and canceling and not telling us. It goes a long way to make this team happy. Second, I want to thank the coaches, of course, Mr. Freilich, one of the best parts, or the best part of the team, personally. You know, her, she drove me around from the hotel to the racket club. He's always energetic, always supportive. Of course, Brandon, if you guys didn't know, me and Brandon go a while back. I was one of his first students. He used to teach me on his day back in 5th grade. You know, he is a mentor to me. A little below a parent, figuratively, but yeah, I was with him for something like 7 years, maybe 7 or 8 years. I'd like to say thank you for him teaching me how to be a good player and a good person. Next, I want to say thank you to all the players, of course. Freshmen, I know it's my first year with you guys, but I well, my only year with you guys. And let me just say, being the oldest and you guys being the youngest, I feel like we had a special connection there. I'm really gonna miss you guys, although we've known each other for a short time. Sophomores, of course, you guys always turned up to practice, were very energetic. Of course, Will, Sydney, Isaac, Ethan, you guys were all so supportive. It was just really nice. And juniors, of course, all the underclassmen, you guys were there. I was with you guys the longest. Ben, Mary, Sajin, Sean, Andy, and Fran for your 1 year here. You guys were amazing. You guys were so supportive. Of course, me and Ari, we went to state together. It was just an amazing time that we had there. Of course, my senior buddies, Anuj, I remember last year, we were giving tips to each other while playing during practice. It was just a lot of fun. It was a pleasure playing with you. Mahir, Brainiac of the team, running to VA. I know in econ and OChem you crushed me, but on the tennis court. But on the sideline, you were just so energetic. I love you guys being cheerful, supporting us, always bringing the hype. I really fed off of that. Of course, Jhoran, meeting you in French, amazing time. I loved every part of being on the team with you, and I just hope you have a good rest of your life. And of course, my last thank you to the parents. Of course, we wouldn't have a team without you guys, but your sacrifices, everything is just so essential to this team. And my advice for the underclassmen is just be appreciative of your parents. They sacrifice a lot for you, and they just watch you grow up. Of course, it seems like a long time for you, but it's really short for them. So just try to appreciate everything that you have. Thank you. Of course.
All right, thanks, boys. Good speech. Nice job. Like we said, thanks for coming. I mean, this is what it's all about, honestly. Everyone puts a lot of work in during the season. It's not just the athletes, it's everyone behind the scenes. Okay? The boosters, all right, getting things coordinated, the athletic department, getting the transportation, and cancellations, all right? Honestly, we're lucky we don't play on a baseball field, okay? Because there were a lot of cancellations this year for that, okay? A lot of stuff behind the scenes that needs to be said, and I just appreciate all of you guys, parents, athletic department, for your support and taking care of these guys, getting them to practice, jerseys, all that type